It's my uncle's funeral. Okay. Going to get sing going. This is Ruby. This is Ruby. She's really nice, yeah, really chill. Okay. Let's do yoga. All right, my friends. One announcement, which is this weekend, my friend Holly Hope is coming from St. George. She's an awesome person. She's the drum queen of Utah, I call her. So if you've been to my breathwork classes, you've seen my medicine drums that I use. I love them. So you can make a drum. It's this Saturday. She made the time. It's 12:12 to 4:44 in the afternoon. And you can make a shamanic medicine drum. So if you've seen those like big ceremonial drums people use, it's one of those. I have two of them, and I'm gonna make a third one. I'm so excited. So the class cost depends on what type of hide you choose and what size of drum you choose. So if you choose like a smaller, I think 10 inches maybe the smallest, then the class is like, I think it's like $200 or something like that. But if you choose like a big drum, then the class is like $600. So they're expensive, but I decided to invest in my first drum last year, and ever since I'm like, oh, these are like very special. Like I've tried to buy drums just that aren't so expensive, and they're just like not the same. They really just aren't. So if you're interested, ask me any questions. A big part of Saturday is just the drum ceremony where Holly kind of teaches us about the drums. We do things where like one person's in the middle and we walk around and drum around. So it's just like, it's fun. It's an experience. If you want to just come to the ceremony and not make a drum, that's also an option. It's $55 if you do that. So I think that's a pretty good deal. It's 4 hours. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And then other than that, let's just practice. So Kirsten, when is your thing? The third Sunday? It's third Sunday. So it's not for a while, right? 15th. So Kirsten's doing a once a month workshop on Sundays. I feel like you'd like it, Callie. She's a hypnotherapist. So it's 12 to 2 in the afternoon. And every Sunday she's kind of doing something different with you. But this one, she's going to teach you how to kind of hypnotize yourself, get into that practice so that you can do it on your own. So yeah, if you're interested in that, third Sunday of each month, which is the 15th of September, this coming one. So it's not a series. It is a series, I think, right? So you can make it a series or you can just drop it. Cool. All right, my friends, let's do what Diane's doing. Just lay down on your back. That's Diane, right? No, who's that? Diane. Like that is. So lay down on your back, my friends. Go ahead. And if you want to, you can stretch a little, move a little. So maybe you take your arms long, legs long, maybe you even hug your knees in. So any little bits and pieces of wiggles, movements, stretches, and then settle into reclined cobbler's pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees apart. And if this bothers your low back, if this hurts your low back, you can try scooting your feet a little further away from your upper body, see if that helps. And if it still hurts your lower back, maybe instead of taking this position, you take constructive rest pose. So feet on the ground with knees bent. Feet are wider than your hips. So it's kind of the opposite of this, feet wide, knees together. And then invitation, friends, to bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your low belly. Either close your eyes or soften and lower your gaze so you're not looking around the room with satellite eyes. And let's start today's class, today's practice, with what's called Viloma breath. So a 3-part inhale. We'll breathe first into our low belly, pause, then into our mid ribs, pause, then all the way up. We'll hold in that fullness. And then when you exhale, you can either hiss, make a hissing sound like this, or make a shushing sound like this. Shh. So when we'll exhale really slowly for 10 seconds. So wherever you're at in your breath, just let go, empty out. Inhale first into low belly, low back, and pause. Take it up into your mid ribs, mid back, mid abdomen, pause. And then all the way up as full as you can get. Hold in that fullness. Through your teeth, slow exhale. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to empty. Good job. 2 more like that. Inhale, low belly, low back. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. Then all the way up, fill up as big as you can. Hold in that fullness. Keep holding. Slow release through your teeth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to empty. Very nice. Last time. Low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Mid ribs, mid abdomen, mid back. Chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of head, hold. Ever so slowly, let it go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to emptiness. One last big inhale. Just fill up as big as you can. All the way up, hold. And as you hold your breath, see if you can relax and soften a little bit around your held breath. Great big sigh this time. Good. Seal your lips now. And start to drop into Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. The inhale. It's like you're taking a really, really deep, slow motion gasp. The exhale is like you're fogging up a window, but your lips are sealed over the breath. It's like you're humming on the inside. You're humming without making actual noise with your voice. So you are creating your own vibration and your own rhythm. You can stay right here as long as you want to, or invitation to start moving by drawing your knees towards your belly and just take a little rock side to side. Give your low back a little massage against the ground. And then extend both of your legs straight up towards the sky, up towards the ceiling, like you're trying to plant your feet on the ceiling. So flex your toes back, get your legs as straight as you can, but bend your knees as much as you need to so that this doesn't pull on your low back. Keep a nice neutral spine. Either tee out your arms or cactus your arms against the ground. Squeeze your legs together like you have a big mermaid tail. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly reach your legs over to the right as far as you can go without letting them touch the ground. So they're hovering above. Hold here, breathe in. Try to keep the back of your left shoulder rooted. Squeeze your legs together. And as you exhale, use your strong core. Bring your legs back to center slowly, smoothly. Inhale, center, neutral spine. Make any adjustments needed. Active feet. Exhale over to the left. Squeeze your legs together. Go as far as you can, but don't let your legs touch the ground. Don't let your right shoulder lift. Stay here. Inhale. And as you exhale, use your core to take your legs back up. We'll do that one more time each way. Inhale, center, neutral. Exhale over to your right side. Hold, squeeze your legs, active feet. Breathe in. And then exhale ever so slowly, mindfully back to center. Good job, friends. Inhale, neutral spine. And then last one over to your left side. Hold as you breathe in. Keep the back of your right shoulder rooting down. Squeeze your legs. Good job, everyone. Exhale, come back to center. And then we're going to hold. Keep your legs extended up. Bring your arms and extend them up. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, draw your belly button down and see if you can touch your toes with your fingertips. So lift your upper body, belly button towards the ground. Now stay here, hold here. See if you can tuck your tailbone and lift your toes higher. Reach your fingertips higher. Soften your face, draw your low belly down, squeeze your legs together. See if you can squeeze through the fronts of your thighs, active feet. One more big inhale, lift, lift, lift. And let it go. Let everything come down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees open. So just like we started. And you can either relax here, rest here like we did before, breathe, or invitation to make it a little more active. And we'll intentionally work the opening in the front of our hips. So arms just out to your sides or down by your sides. I like my palms facing down. Press your heels together really firmly and lift your butt up. So butt lifts almost like you're doing a bridge pose with your knees wide open. Imagine somebody is pressing your knees closer to the ground and you are pressing against them, lifting your hips even higher. Squeeze through your outer glutes, press your heels together, and then press down through the back of your head. Keep your chin tilted slightly up. Hold here, squeeze your glutes, breathe deeply for 3, 2, lift a little bit higher, and 1, let it go. Lift your knees up, hug your knees in, and gently rock from side to side. Let both of your knees fall over to the right for a supine spinal twist. So this time you let them touch the ground. Left arm can reach out to the left or goal post your left arm. Take just about 3 or 4 deep breaths. You can apply a little bit of pressure with your right hand on your outer left thigh if you'd like. One more round. And then bottom of your exhale, slowly transition to the other side. So knees come through center and take them over to the left. If you want to take a moment, kind of rock it out, or even give your knees a squeeze as you come through center, feel free. Big deep breaths. Breathe all the way down into your low belly, low back. So especially when we're twisted, I know it's harder to breathe deeply. You might put a little extra effort behind your inhales. All the way to empty with your exhales and just let your body melt into the twist a little more. Last couple of rounds on this side. And when you feel pretty even, bring your knees back to center. Rock side to side for a moment. And then I'll give you an invitation. If you want to find your own way up to standing, of course, you can do so. But the invitation is to rock and roll forward and back a few times. So I like to grab the backs of my thighs. You can grab your shins or even your kneecaps. Just rock it out. Maybe you find a little bit of hover time on your upper back or on your sit bones. But eventually we're going to rock up and stand up. So press into your feet. See if you can stand up without using your hands. Good job. All right. Once you've arrived, arms down by your side. So palms face open. If you want, you can even roll your shoulders out a little bit. Take your feet about hips width distance apart, at least for this first mountain pose, and just feel your feet rooting into the ground. Draw up through the crown of your head, broaden through the front of your shoulders. If it's okay, close your eyes and feel yourself from the inside, standing in your mountain pose. So embodying a mountain, rooted, grounded, yet vast and spacious. So feel into all the space inside of you. Breathe into all the space inside of you. Stay as you are. Fill up as big as you can with your next inhale. And as you hold in fullness, see if there's even a little extra sip of air, like a teaspoon more you can find. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Ah, yes, very nice. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, take a dive down into your forward fold. Nice job, friends. Lift halfway, spine parallel to the ground. Breathe in. Exhale, fold and bow. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise. So maybe a big bend in your knees as you rise, arms to the sky. Hands to heart center, exhale. Let's take that one more time, half sun salute. Inhale, reach up, high mountain. Exhale, hinge at your hips and slowly all the way down, fold in. Nice, Kirsten, as you breathe in, lift halfway, spinal extension. Thanks, Diane, and exhale, let it go. All the way to emptiness from that place, rise. As you inhale, arms reach. Nice, Cam, exhale, hands to your heart center. Beautiful, inhale, take your arms up. As you exhale, let's bring our hands behind our back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. And if you can, maybe even suction cup your palms together. So bend your elbows, press your palms, and then imagine your elbows are magnetized as well. See if you can reach your hands back. Possibly, if you would like, even add a little baby back bend. So pop up your heart, gaze up, press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. Yes, nice, Samantha. Take one more big inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Exhale all the way down. Forward fold with your fingers interlaced. Nice, Callie. So let your head be heavy. Let your neck relax. Maybe give your head a little shake or a little nod. See if you can lift your sit bones, your butt a little bit higher. See if you can lift your knuckles a little bit higher, maybe even forward. One more big in-breath. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms dangle. Let them hang. Give them a little shake if you want to. Nice work, friends. Halfway lift position. Inhale. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step your feet to the back of your mat. Come into a plank position. From your plank pose, one arm at a time, forearm plank. So come down to your forearms. Feel the strength in your belly, navel to spine. Feel the strength in your shoulders. Your forearms are parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, nice Paul. Or if you'd rather, little less intense, you can make a tripod with your hands. See if you can feel your connection to center. See if you can feel your breath slowly flowing through. Imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button and it starts to pull straight up. So walk your toes towards your elbows and lift your hips towards the sky. You're coming into a dolphin pose. So hips go as high as they will go. Use your strong core. Keep your elbows hugging in. Keep your upper arms hugging in. Try not to let your head touch the ground. Yes, breathe. Last couple of rounds. Open mouth sighs are more than welcome. Soft face. See if you can press your heart towards the back of the room. Nice job. Take one more huge inhale. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Lengthen your side bodies. Maybe exhale out your mouth. Set your knees down. Child's pose or embryo pose. So sit back and rest for a moment. Embryo pose is just like child's pose, but your arms reach back. You can grab hold of your heels, or you can just let your palms face the sky with your hands resting down. Let your shoulders soften. Send your breath to your shoulders. Just notice whatever there is to notice. If your breath is sped up, slow it down. Moving into just a very simple flow for a moment. Next time you inhale, come into a cow posture. So rise up, hands and knees, lift your heart. And as you exhale, cat posture, round your spine and curl in. Come to a neutral spine position, tuck your toes and inhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Exhale, knees to the ground, child's pose, hips towards your heels, forehead towards your mat, all the way to empty in your breath. Just like that. Inhale, cow posture. Maybe you lift your fingertips just to switch it up. Exhale, cat posture. Good. Neutral spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and send them back, downward facing dog. Child's pose as you exhale, bring your knees down and sit back, hips to heels. We'll do one more time like that. Inhale, cow, spinal extension. Exhale, cat, spinal flexion. And neutral spine, downward facing dog. Inhale, lengthen. Good breathing. Exhale, child's pose, knees down, sit back. This time, inhale, just a tabletop. So hands and knees. And from your hands and your knees, we're going to move into a modified side plank on our right side. So pivot on your right knee. Right foot comes to the outside of your mat. Left leg reaches back, and then you'll open towards the windows. Yes, very nice. So left arm to the sky. And open through the front of your heart, front of your hips. So if it feels like you're sticking your butt out, see if you can squeeze through your outer right glute, nice Rose, and press your hips forward a little more. Maybe reach your left arm towards me, towards the front of the room, and feel the length in your left side body. Beautiful, nice, Kathy. You can stay right here, or maybe your left leg floats up if it's not already off the ground. So feel the strength and power in your left leg. Press it onto an invisible wall behind you. Finally, if you'd like, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. And once you've got it, gentle leverage. So kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Rather than kicking your foot up, which I know is easier, see if you can kick your foot straight back and then let your heart look up a little more. Let your hips, front of your hips open a little more. Nice adjustments. Take one last round. Beautiful work. Awesome, Anya. Slowly come back to tabletop position, hands and knees. And from your hands and your knees, gate your right leg out to the right. So it's like a half wide-legged straddle. Right leg extends out, toes face forward, sole of your foot presses into the ground. Take your left arm out, left arm up. Breathe in. Exhale, thread your left arm through, and then gently rest down on the outside of your shoulder and the outside of your head. So even though you're resting on your shoulder and your head, there's not a ton of weight there. Feel that invisible rope attached to your belly button, pulling up towards the sky. Nice trace. Maybe you take your right arm behind your back. Maybe you press down with your right fingertips. See if you can breathe a lot into your back body. So back of your heart space, back ribs. Nice job, everyone. Last couple rounds. If you do have your right hand lifted, set it back down. And then on an inhalation, unthread your left arm, reach it out, reach it up, all the way up, and bring it down. Pick up your right foot and swing your right leg all the way off the left edge of your mat. So right toes off the left edge of your mat. Pull your hips over to the right, gaze back over your left shoulder. Yeah, nice job. So maybe bending one or both elbows. Maybe leaning to one side, rounding, gazing under your armpit instead of over your shoulder. So feel, what can you find? Take one last breath. Good job. And then back to a tabletop. Take it back to downward facing dog. If you want to move through a regular vinyasa to get there, feel free. As you come into your down dog, Ujjayi breath is right there. Job, everybody. All right. Take a great big inhale, push the ground away, lift your hips a little higher. And then as you exhale, gaze to the top of your space, however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your spinal extension, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and bow. All the way up, rise. High mountain, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then as you exhale this time, chair pose, sit back. Bring your feet hips width distance apart if they're not already. All of your toes face directly forward. And you should be able to look down and see your toes without a problem. So your butt is reaching back rather than your knees going forward. Yeah, good. Awesome work. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, we are going to twist. Left hand can either come down in between your feet, right arm to the sky, or left hand maybe moves to a block, or left forearm across your legs is a great modification. So keep your knees nice and even, flush with one another. Perfect, Trace. See if you can reach both sit bones back. Keep your weight in your heels. Pick up your toes, maybe even spread them. Nice, Kirsten. If it is available to you, if you want to go there, you could play with the half or the full bind. So right arm reaches behind your back, left fingertips reach up, possibly your hands clasp. You don't have to force it. Sometimes less is more. Nice, Jenny. Take about 2 more rounds. Use your exhales to work your twist. So as you exhale, twist, twist, twist. Nice, Mike. Awesome work. Very bottom of your next exhalation. Let it all go. Forward fold, unwind. All right. In your forward fold, keep your feet nice and wide, hips width distance. Bring your peace fingers around your big toes. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Middle finger, index fingers, wrap around your big toes. Keep that, and maybe you keep your knees really bent. As you inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine. So just try to stick your butt out, press back through the tops of your thighs, reach forward through the crown of your head. Now exhale, fold, crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, maybe reaching your elbows out to both sides. Use a little bit of leverage. Hands, pull gently, lift your sit bones up, up, up. Use your core strength. Crown towards the ground. So this is an active variation of a forward fold. Use your big deep breaths. Take just 2 more rounds. Try not to rock back into your heels. I know it's easier. I know it's tempting, but rock forward just a little bit and feel your core fire. Lift your sit bones higher. Last big breath. And then release your hands. Find another halfway lift. Inhale. So realign your spine. Nice job. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank position. From your plank position, lower to your forearms, forearm plank pose. And then this time we're doing something different. So you can absolutely just stay in your regular forearm plank, perfectly fine, or bring your feet together so the inner edges touch, and just roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Feet are stacked. Both forearms stay on the ground. So it's not a side plank. Both forearms are pressing down. Lift your hips and feel the strength in your right side obliques, those right side abdominals. Feet are stacked, feet are active. Imagine you're karate chopping the ground with the outer edge of your right foot. One more breath. And then bring it through center. Switch to the other side. So roll into the baby toe edge of your left foot. Feet are stacked. Lift your hips really high. Press down through both forearms. So both forearms are pressing down. Yes, so nice. Breathe. Soft face. Try not to clench your jaw. You guys are amazing. Nice work. Take one more round on this side. And then bring it back to your forearm plank. From here, just lower your knees, untuck your toes. Sphinx pose. Set your belly down and lift your heart up. From your Sphinx pose, walk your forearms forward just a little bit. So your elbows are now in front of your shoulders. Press down with your hands and energetically pull back like you're trying to drag your body forward. See if you can keep doing that and lift your elbows just maybe an inch away from the ground and squeeze them towards each other. Chin to your chest, traction out the back of your neck. Reach your tailbone down towards your heels and see if you can find more length in your low back. Keep pulling with your hands and pushing down. One more inhale. As you exhale, elbows reach out to both sides, lower down. Rise up to hands and knees. And then from hands and knees, we're going to move through that little flow, just breath to movement, nice and simple. So next inhale, cow posture. Lift your heart, lift your tailbone, spread your front ribs. Exhale, round, stretch your back body. And neutral spine, inhale, down dog, lift your hips high and lengthen. Good job. Exhale, child's pose it out. Set your knees down, set your hips back all the way to empty. Inhale, cow pose. See if you can find mobility in your mid back, mid spine. Exhale, round. Good. Very nice. And neutral spine as you inhale, send your hips up and back into down dog. Exhale, child's pose it out. All the way to emptying your breath. Just one more time. Make it a moving meditation. Inhale, cow pose, spinal extension. Exhale, cat pose, spinal flexion. And neutral spine position, downward facing dog as you breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, child's pose. Tabletop. From tabletop, modified side plank, left side is your base. So pivot on your left knee, take your right leg back and right arm up, open up. Yeah, so if it feels like you're sticking your butt out behind you, see if you can squeeze through your outer left butt cheek. It's called your medial glute, and send your hips forward a little more. Let them open. Maybe reach your right arm towards me, towards the front wall, and feel the length in your right side. Breathe into that length. Perhaps float your right leg up off the ground if it's not already. And then final option, move into that half bow variation. So bend your knee, reach back, grab your foot or your ankle, and work it with gentle leverage. Awesome, Sam. Yes, good. Open through your right shoulder, front of your right shoulder. Nice, Jonah. See if you can press your hips forward a little more. Let your heart look up just a little bit more. Last big breath wherever you are at. And then bottom of your exhale. Amazing, everyone. Let it go. Tabletop. From tabletop, send your left leg out to the left. So it's like that half wide-legged straddle position. Right arm out to the right. And then see if you can open up through the right side of your chest. Inhale. Exhale, thread your right arm through. So reach, 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 and then gently come down. Rest on the outside of shoulder, outside of head. Your own expression, your own exploration on this side with your slow, intentional breaths. Yeah, so good, you guys. Nice awareness. See what you can feel in your back body. See what you can feel in your upper back, in between your shoulder blades, back of your heart. See if you can feel your breath all the way down into your low back. All the way to empty with each exhalation. Good job. Last couple rounds. You happen to have your left hand lifted, set it back on the ground. On an inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it out and up one more time so you can reach a little higher. And exhale, right hand to the ground. Pick up your left foot and swing your left toes off the right edge of your mat. pull your hips to the left, gaze back over your right shoulder. So find some length in your left side, maybe bending one or both elbows, or even coming down to one of your forearms, or walking one of your hands forward, or rounding your spine. So what can you feel? What can you find? How can you create more space? Nice, Callie, one more breath. And back to center tabletop. Back to downward facing dog. If you'd like to move through your own vinyasa to get there, go for it. Ujjayi breath, fire it up. Great big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, lift halfway, lengthen, spine parallel to the ground, breathe in. And exhale, let it go. Press into your feet, rise all the way up, big stretch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sit low, sit back. So weight in your heels, feet hips width distance apart again. All of your toes face forward. So you should be able to look down, see your toes, make sure they're all facing forward. Butt is reaching back rather than your knees coming forward. So weight is in your heels. Maybe you even pick up your toes and spread them. Take one more inhale. Nice rose as you exhale. Twist, right hand in between your feet, left arm to the sky, or perhaps right hand to a block, or maybe right forearm across your shins and your left arm reaches up. So find your personal variation. You want to go for the half or the full bind, feel free. Keep your knees nice and even. Keep your weight back in your heels. Keep both sit bones reaching back. And wherever you are, make sure your breath can flow freely. You can breathe all the way down into your belly. 2 more. Maybe you sit a little lower. Maybe you twist a little further. Awesome, Paul. Good job. I love the different variations. Very bottom of your next exhale. Take it all the way to empty and then unwind, forward fold. All right, this time you can keep your feet hips width distance, or if you prefer big toes to touch, you can bring your big toes to touch. I do not care. Bend your knees a lot to start out with. Bring your arms outside of your legs and then hands to the backs of your ankles, forearms, to the backs of your calves, and then elbows to the backs of your knees. So almost like you're getting really, really small and compact in a little squat position. And then once you've got that, start to press your arms into your legs back into your arms, and lift your butt up, 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 up as high as you can. Crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Press your arms into your legs into your arms. Breathe into your back body. Yes, so again, it's an active forward fold. This shouldn't feel like you can hold it all day long. It's not necessarily super relaxing. You're working. Take one last breath. See if you can lift your butt higher. Fold a little bit deeper, all the way to empty. Then release. Halfway lift, realign, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back to plank position. Once again, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. Take 3 rounds of breath in your forearm plank. So strong through your arms, strong through your belly. See if you can even feel strong through the fronts of your legs. Your quad muscles are squeezing, they're turned on. Face is soft, back of your neck is long. Now 1 arm at a time, come back up to your high plank. So back up, high plank, press into the ground, spread your fingers wide. Take a great big inhale here. Now listen, as you exhale, lower just an inch or 2 down. Bend your elbows a little bit. Inhale, straighten your arms, push back up. Exhale, 2 or 3 inches, so a little bit lower. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly sink. Inhale, straighten your arms, push back up. Now 1 more time, halfway down. Chaturanga, hold until you're empty, and then inhale, push back up. Yes. Exhale slowly. Nice, Kathy, all the way to your belly. What happened, Rose? All right, Spider-Man Cobra. Hands out wide, up on your fingertips. Inhale, lift your heart. So just as high as feels right. As you exhale, twist to either side, you choose. Inhale back through center. Lift your heart, tone your belly, press into pelvis and shoelaces. Exhale, twist to your other side. Yes. Beautiful, friends. Lift back to center with your inhale. Hold as long as you want. And then find your way back to your downward facing dog, however you'd like. No hurry. Ujjayi breath. Reconnect if you've lost it. Inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged down dog. And then open up your right hip, bend your right knee and peel your right hip open. So feel the front of your right hip. You should feel like you're getting a stretch there. Yes, good job. Squeeze your outer right glute. You can stay here if you prefer. Otherwise, one more inhale here. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get just as close as you can. Use your strong oblique muscles. Inhale, back up, lengthen. Maybe open your hips, scorpion tail your leg. Exhale, right to right. Aim for your armpit, aim high. Maybe even bend your elbows out a little, push up. Inhale, back up. Yes. And then everybody this time, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly. Step forward as soft as you can. Low lunge. Rise up to crescent lunge. Straight. So all of your toes face forward. Hips are square. Take your time to settle in. So feel the strength and the stability in your leg. Energetically, your front hip is drawing back. Your back hip is drawing forward. And then grow from your upper body into your unique expression. So you don't have to do anything different, but just feel, what are you inviting in? What are you embodying? Whatever you are doing with your face, with your fingers, it's intentional. It's on purpose. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back, bend your back knee to a hover. If you want a little less, back knee can come down gently at any time. If your back knee is hovering, imagine you're trying to drag your backside forward and drag your front hip back. Now, bring your right forearm across your low back. Turn your shoulders towards the front of the room, turn your gaze forward, and then reach your left arm up. See if you can create a little back bend. Keep the bend in your back knee. Puff up your heart. Lengthen through your entire left side. Take one more round. Your personal fullest expression. Bottom of your exhale. Bring your left hand to the ground. Take your right arm to the sky. Revolve lunge. So more than welcome to stay here. Or if you would like, moving into a revolved half moon. So left hand, and maybe you're taking a block with you, scoots forward, and left foot just floats up. See if you can keep squeezing with your inner thighs and keep twisting from your center. If your back foot is lifted, imagine there's an invisible wall behind you and stomp it on that back wall. Awesome. Yes, amazing, my friends. Those of you in half moon variation, take one more round. See if you can land in a low lunge again. So bend your front knee and step your left toes back. Good job. Everybody unwind. And bring your hands to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then wherever you want to go as you exhale, you can fold, or maybe you want to Skandasana, twist. Do your thing. We'll be here for about 5 more rounds. Just notice, feel, observe, be in your body. Good job. Last couple of rounds. Next time you inhale, bring your hands to the ground or your fingertips to the ground. Halfway lift with your spine if possible. So bend your knees as needed. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes forward. So you're in a low lunge again, and then we're moving into a pyramid stance. Step your back foot forward about a foot or so. So you want both feet flat. And personally, I like my feet on 2 train tracks with all of my toes facing directly forward. Traditionally, it's feet on a balance beam with your back foot at about a 30-degree angle. So what feels best in your body? The intention is square hips. Find a halfway lift, bring your hands to your hips, and then press into your feet and rise all the way up to a standing position. So stand, gaze down, and just see, are my hips square? If not, how can I adjust so that my hips are straight across from one another? And then once you've kind of checked in with your legs, your hips, take your arms up. Inhale, lengthen your side bodies, reach. Exhale, twist, left arm forward, right arm back, squeeze your inner thighs. Pull your right hip back, draw your left hip forward. Twist from your center. Both of your feet are rooted firmly. See if you can broaden through the front of your shoulders and imagine you have great big wings for arms. So lengthen one more round. As you exhale, twist a little further. Don't change anything in your legs. Inhale, unwind, arms up. Exhale, dive down. Pull your right butt cheek back. Reach your heart forward. It's fine if your right knee bends a little or a lot. Eventually, think forehead towards your shin, nose towards your knee, navel towards your spine at the bottom of each exhale. So bottom of each exhale, you're drawing your belly button in and up, and in that emptiness, see if you can fold just a tiny bit further. It doesn't have to be visible on the outside, but you feel it on the inside. Take about 3 more rounds, working your pose, working your fold. Use your big deep breath. Nice job, friends. All right. At the very end of your next exhalation, just nice and easy, step your back foot forward and you'll be in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift position, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Take it all the way up, big full body stretch, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, reconnect with you. Follow your breath, inhale, high mountain. Exhale, dive down slowly. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back to plank, pause. One arm at a time, same as we did before. Come to your forearms, forearm plank. So holding for about 3, maybe 4 breaths in your forearm plank. Strong shoulders, elbows no wider than shoulders. Draw your belly button in and up and feel your breath in your back body. Yes, back of your neck is long, so gaze down. Feel your neck as an extension of your spine. Feel your strong legs squeeze through the fronts of your thighs. Yeah, if you want to modify, knees can come down, totally fine. Take one more round in your forearm plank, and then one arm at a time. Press back up onto your hands. High plank. High plank. Spread your fingers and push the ground away. Inhale into your high plank. Exhale, bend your elbows a little bit. Lower 1 or 2 inches. Inhale, straighten your arms, push back up. High plank. Exhale a little bit more this time. Lower 2 or 3 inches. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up. Last one, halfway down. Come to your knees if you need. And inhale, push up. Yes. Exhale all the way to your belly. Slow motion. Spider-Man Cobra once again. Hands out nice and wide up on your fingertips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist either direction. Through center with your inhale. Other side, twist, exhale, empty out. Beautiful, nice, Jen. Inhale, center. And then however you want to get back to your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Peel your left hip open, so bend your knee. Open your hip. Try to keep both hands rooted and both shoulders strong. So this isn't coming from your shoulders. This is coming from your hip. Lift your left knee a little higher. Take one more inhale. Stay here if you'd like. Otherwise, exhale, left knee, right elbow. That little twist. Get as close as you can. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, back up. This time, left knee, left elbow, or in for your left armpit as high as you can get. Yes, nice, Jonah. Inhale, back up. And everybody, knee to your nose, round, scoop out your belly, then step forward softly. Crescent lunge, rise slowly. So all 10 toes face forward, hips square, strong through your legs, your foundation. So you're finding your widest stance, but then rather than sinking into it, you're stabilizing, you're hugging in towards midline. So with your legs as wide as you can get them, rather than just sinking, you then hug back in, find stability. From there, you grow into your expression. So whatever you're doing with your fingers, with your face, with your heart, with your shoulders, you're aware of it. It's intentional. One more inhale. Beautiful poses. Exhale, turbo twist towards the windows. Right arm goes forward, left arm goes back. Back knee bends to a hover, or back knee can always come down gently for a little less intensity. If your back knee is hovering, try to drag it forward. One more round, work your twists. And then bottom of your exhale, left forearm across your low back. Turn your shoulders forward, turn your gaze forward. Right arm up, right arm slightly back. So start to create more length in your right side all the way down into the front of your right hip. Lift your heart rather than collapsing back. Puff up your chest. One more round. Good. Slowly bring your right hand down. Take your left arm to the sky. So revolve lunge. Please stay in your revolve lunge if you prefer, or option to walk your right hand forward. Maybe take a block with you and float your back leg up. So coming into a revolved half moon pose. Yes. Love the variations. Good job. Squeeze your inner thighs. If your back leg is lifted, it's strong and active. Awesome. Nice, Mike. Twist from your center. Those of you in the balance, give it one more full round of breath. Maybe see if you can land back in a revolve lunge position. And then everybody just low lunge, unwind. Good job. All the way to a wide-legged straddle. So hands to the right long edge of your mat. We're going to do something a bit different this time. Halfway lift. Inhale, hands to hips. And then rise, press into your feet. Rise all the way up to stand. Once you're standing, we'll adjust our feet, heels in, toes out, bend your knees, and bring your hands to your thighs. So you're in a wide-legged squat. Ankles pretty much straight down from your knees. So if your feet are really wide or really close together, then adjust. Get as low as you can and try to press your knees towards the wall behind you. Take an inhale, standing cow pose. So stick your butt out, lift your heart up, widen your knees a lot. Exhale, twist towards the back of the room. Dip your right shoulder down, gaze over left shoulder. Or dip your left shoulder down, gaze over right. Sorry. Hold here for a full round of breath. Inhale through center, heart lifts. Exhale to the front. So right shoulder dips, gaze over left, hold, breathe, stay low. Spanning it up a little bit, inhale center. Exhale, twist to the back, kind of like a Spider-Man cobra. Inhale center, feel it in your shoulders. Exhale, twist to the front. And inhale, center this time. As you come into center, straighten your legs, parallel your feet, and however you want to get there, whenever you are ready, take it all the way down into your wide-legged forward fold. So no hurry. And once you're there, about 5 rounds of breath. Just noticing, feeling, being in your own body in this moment. What's there? It's flowing through. Very nice, everybody. Last couple rounds. Fingertips to the ground or hands to the ground, and maybe even a halfway lift. Start to crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. And then remember, we're coming into a pyramid stance. So step your back foot forward until both feet are flat on the ground. You choose balance beam or 2 train tracks, halfway lift, hands to hips. And then all the way up to stand. Check in, see, are my hips straight across from one another? Or is my left hip in front of my right hip? So adjust as needed. Hips straight across from one another, and then arms to the sky. Inhale, lengthen everything, reach high. Exhale, twist, right arm forward, left arm back. Notice if you're rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot, press into the inner edge of your front foot. Twist from your center, broaden through your shoulders, and feel your arms as great big wings. So big wingspan, maybe even gaze over your left shoulder behind you. Take one more full round. Use your exhale to twist. Try not to change your legs at all. As you inhale, unwind your upper body, reach up. And as you exhale, slow dive. Left hip draws back. If it helps, you can even stick your hand in your left hip. Push it back. All the way down eventually. Forehead toward shin, nose toward knee. Navel towards spine at the bottom of each exhale. So every time you exhale, there's your invitation to dive a little deeper, to fold a little further. That doesn't mean it has to be great big. You don't even have to be able to see anything on the outside, but you feel it inside. Take about 2, maybe 3 more rounds. Yeah. Very, very bottom of your next exhale. So take it all the way to emptiness. And then just step forward, nice and easy. Forward fold, top of your space. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, let it go. All the way up, rise. Arms overhead as you breathe in, stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, let's flow. High mountain, breathe in. Slow dive down, breathe out. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. This time vinyasa however you want, or skip it completely. See you in down dog. Beautiful. All right, from your dog pose, inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward. And we're actually going to rise up into a warrior 1 stance. I know I hardly ever teach warrior 1. So back heel pivots down, back foot at about a 30-degree angle. And then rise up, reach your arms up. So your back foot, back toes are facing slightly out to the left and slightly forward. So it's different than warrior 2. We also want to square our hips as best we can. So pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Now, from your warrior 1, just straighten your front leg and see if you can pull your right hip back even more. Right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale, reach high. As you exhale, right hip pulls back, hinge forward. See if you can bring your right hand maybe to the outside, or excuse me, left hand to the outside of right foot, or inside of right foot is fine. Right arm up, revolve triangle pose. So left hand to the ground or to a block, right arm to the sky. Left hand to the outside of your right foot, or inside is just fine. So find your personal variation. Twist, twist, twist. Yes, amazing. Pull your right butt cheek up, 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 back, back, back. And twist from your center all the way to emptiness. Last round. You guys are doing so good. Bottom of your exhale, bend your front knee, unwind, low lunge. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog, take your right leg to the sky, open your right hip. You can stay here, hold here, or option to flip your dog. Step your right foot down behind. Reach your right arm forward. Lift your hips. Stretch through your front body, your abdominal wall. One more inhale if you're in the back bend. Beautiful. Come back, three-legged dog. Everyone inhale, right leg high. Pigeon pose, right shin forward. Set your body down gently. And then give yourself a moment to set yourself up intentionally. If you'd rather take it in a seat or on your back, please feel free. Right knee is wider than your hip, so towards the outer right edge of your mat. And then rather than sinking into it, just like we do in our lunge, pull your right hip up and back. So it's like there's a rope attached to your right butt cheek, pulling up and back as you take your heart forward and down. Yeah, good. Nice, Jonah. Big, spacious inhales. Maybe you visualize your inhales moving down into your right hip. And then with your exhales, see if your body can relax, soften just a little more. And just notice what's flowing through. If you're bored, if you're frustrated, if you're anxious. We're not trying to make any of that stuff go away. It's part of being human. So what we're doing, we're just making space. We're just being the wide open space for whatever needs to flow through, have space to flow through. So out there in the world, what most of us do is when we feel emotions we don't like, we just try to push them down, act like we don't even feel them. So what we do in here is very different. When we feel emotions that are uncomfortable, that we don't like, instead we're like, oh, hey, anxiety, I remember you. And then you get curious, where do I feel you? Is it in my chest? Is it in my belly? You breathe into it, send your big deep breaths to your anxiety and say, hey, I've got you. I'm right here. I'm holding you. You're just getting curious. There's no judgment. There's no fixing, controlling. Just holding space. Take your last couple breaths. And then however you would like, start to find your own way back to downward facing dog. So maybe you move into a three-legged down dog. Maybe you move into a three-legged tabletop. Yeah, maybe you come into a seat for a moment. So you do you. You can take a vinyasa. In your next, let's say 4 or 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Once you're back in down dog, just notice, how does right leg feel versus left leg? Right hip versus left hip. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot forward. Warrior one, you are almost there. So this is your last big power pose. Warrior one, rise up. Also back toes, they don't face straight out to the right. They face slightly out to the right and slightly forward. And the intention is to get your hips as square as possible. Straighten your front leg, pull your left hip back, pull your right hip forward. Take a great big inhale, reach high. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, pull your left hip back, reach, 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 and then right hand comes down, maybe inside your left foot, maybe outside your left foot. Left arm to the sky. So your hips are nice and square, your inner thighs are squeezing. If it's too much to bring your hand to the outside of your foot, no big deal. Keep it inside. Root down through the inner edge of your front foot if possible. Pull your front butt cheek back and up. Twist, twist, twist. Give it one more round. Your fullest expression. Open through the left side of your heart. Amazing, you guys. And then let it go. Low lunge position from your low lunge. So bend your front knee. Come to your back tiptoes from your low lunge, three-legged down dog. Unthread your left leg. Open your left hip. Stay here. This should feel nice. Or flip your dog. Left foot comes down. Use your back bend to open through the front of your hips, front of your heart. Stretch your abdominal wall. One more big, huge in breath. Callie, nice trace. Come back, three-legged dog, left leg high. Inhale, lengthen. Pigeon pose, left shin forward. Set your body down gently. And breathe. Big, spacious breath. So slowing down enough. Another thing we don't do out there in the world is slow down enough. So what we're doing right now, we're slowing down enough to actually feel, actually connect with what our body is telling us. Get curious about what our body is telling us. Take about 3, 4, 5 more breaths here. No judgment, just observation, just curiosity. I'm going to leave it up to you. So you feel into when you feel pretty much even. And then just start to find your way back to one final down dog. No hurry. If you want one final vinyasa, now would be your time to take that as well. Good job, friends. And if you're taking one last down dog, give yourself a couple breaths there. If you would rather take one final child's pose, that's fine too. And then in your next few rounds, eventually find your way all the way down onto your back. And you can face whichever direction you want to. Once you're on your back, friends, just like we did at the very beginning, hug your knees in and rock gently side to side. And after a few rocks, move into any inversion that you would like for about 5 to 10 breaths. So an inversion is anything that puts your legs and or your hips higher than your heart. So it can be something more restorative, or if you want something more challenging, go for it. 5 to 10 breaths. If you want a couple different variations, that's fine too. And after 5 to 10 breaths in your inversion, ease your way out. Take any counter poses of your choice, or I invite you into a happy baby pose. So happy baby is always a good pose at the end of practice to kind of neutralize your spine. So counter poses or happy baby or any other finishing poses that your body is calling for. So if there's something in particular that your body needs, feel free to go there. And then slowly begin, just in your own time and in your own way, slowly begin your own transition into your final relaxation. So it can be the traditional corpse pose or any other position that you would like to take your Shavasana in this morning. And it's 10:29. So if you want to sneak out before the sound bath, you're more than welcome. So quickly, as you settle in, bye, Paul. I have a reading for you guys. This is by Grace Weather. She says, when I think about how big the universe is, I feel small. I feel like nothing that happens here on earth truly matters. I'm a speck of dust on the timeline of coincidence. When I think like that, things can get very dark very fast. But what if we are the ones who give our universe meaning because we matter to each other? We are breathing, living organisms with consciousnesses, which is an absolutely random thing to happen to us. And because nothing matters, everything matters. When you think of it from that perspective, the entire universe was built just for us. Tiny, tiny Earth in this huge galaxy. And we happen to land here. So we are very big. So for these last few moments, friends, maybe you can feel into that. Feel into yourself as so, so, so tiny, so, so, so finite, so, so, so small. And at the same time, you are also so, so big, so expansive. You are connected to everything. You are connected. You are part of the entire universe, the cosmos, planets, stars. These last few moments, as I play the different sound tools, the different percussion instruments, see if you can just feel into your own body as a great, big, wide open space that allows all forms of life energy, whether good or bad, comfortable or uncomfortable. Just allow all forms of life energy, all vibrations, all frequencies to flow through Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. I'm going to start to wiggle gently, fingers, toes. Bring movement back into your physical body. Come back into this physical space. And as you're ready, just roll to either side into a nurturing fetal position. Give yourself just a moment resting there. Really let your practice, let that sound bath just settle in, integrate in, absorb in. Use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation. So facing towards the front of your mat and the front of our space. Sit up tall, close your eyes or lower your gaze and gather your hands to your heart. And we will seal our practice, close our practice together with the sound of Om. So try not to worry too much about how you sound, no judgment. Just focus on how it feels to use your vibration, move it through your body, let it express out your mouth. So start by exhaling, empty out, clear your throat if you need. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much for being here and letting me guide you. Namaste. You're welcome. Thank you, my friends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. It's a wine. It's so special. Yes. You're a special girl. Victoria didn't even come today, so what the heck? What the heck, groups? I just grabbed this when I left my house, this guy, but I forgot this is not what I thought I had. So I have like this, I got this thing in Spain just for fun, like, but I don't know really how to play it. But it's kind of fun to mess around with. When I opened it up, I'm like, oh, different toys. But I haven't like gotten the confidence to play it for people. I'll just mess around as well. Tell me your name again. It's gonna take me a while. How do you spell it?
H-E-E.
Okay.
J-I-N.
Okay. Hichin. Okay. Hichin.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
See you hopefully again. Okay, cool. Good to have you. Love having you.